We're Ted, Tanner, and Jeff, and we're the crew of Plan C. We have recently bought and begun renovating a 45-foot sailboat in order to see the world. This week, we're beginning some much-needed boat projects before leaving for the Bahamas. Our swim step that we had installed is inaccessible because of the railing on the push pit, so we're going to take on some DIY metalwork.
All right, so the next thing we're working on is the aft area, the push pit. The idea is we want better access to the water, so we're looking at the option of cutting our existing stainless steel area and kind of reconfiguring that.
All right, we got all the tape off of all of these points right here. Our plan is to take this cross member and flip it over to the other side, so it leaves some room right here and right here for us to get up off the ladder into the boat. You know, why didn't you guys tell me Florida was this hot and that we should have bought AC? Come on, get it together. All right, we got this cross member off. Now it's time to move it to the other side. All right, we got the cross member on this side. We're working on tightening it up right now, making sure it's strong, making sure all the screws are nice and tight, everything's clean, works smoothly. So as soon as we do that, we'll transition to the other side and get that one done as well.
For support, I want to add, if we're gonna cut the rail in order to access the back here, we're gonna need to add a support stanchion to kind of terminate the end of the tubing.
All right, so this cross member is now attached, pretty damn strong. This entire space is now open. I think we did a pretty good job, wouldn't you say, Uncle Jeff?
Well, we're going to cut a piece of the stainless steel railing on the push pit so that we can take it with us to the store to match it up and make sure it fits the fittings. All right, we're just basically measuring from the base up to the elbow joint here to find out how long we're going to make our vertical piece. It's got to be able to sink into the elbow far enough that we can secure it with the set screw, but not so far that it interferes with this horizontal piece. So come up at 22 7/8.
We're test fitting it right now.
Hard to tell because we haven't cut the. That's what we want.
Yep.
It's a little. Could have gone a little bit more, but no, because that blocks it. 16.
All right. Yep, we got both the upper and the lower bars off.
Yep.
Got it test fitted. We got one piece cut, so we're gonna go ahead and try that out.
We used our vertical bar to help us line up and guide how long each one was cut. So that's ended up being just right.
Yep.
All right, so we just got to take the sharp burr off the edge of this, and a little file is a lot easier to control than a power tool. So just kind of. Lines up good.
It's beautiful. All right, so this is everything we built. All of the lifelines, the detachable lifelines, are going to go from here to the other side and here to the other side. That way we can undo it and be able to get off. All right, we're marking the holes right now to be able to drill into the deck and be able to secure this down.
All right, before we start drilling through the deck and screwing these long screws in, we're just going to make sure there's no wires or anything in the way.
Looks good. All right, we got the holes drilled. Now it's time to screw it down, seal it, mount it upright, and move to the other side.
right?
Very strong.
Yeah. All right, for securing this T intersection here, we're going to use a threaded stainless steel bolt instead of a screw, which would just kind of bite into the stainless. In order to do that, we need to use a tap. Well, if we were using a power screwdriver, it might try to drive it in too far and strip the screws, or it'll strip the threads that we just created. So we just do it by hand. It only needs to be snug, and that feels good. Beautiful.
All right, this side is now completely secure and finished, awaiting lifelines. It's time to switch over and finish the other side. Second piece is test fitted in. We're now going to mark the holes, drill them, make sure there's nothing underneath, and then we'll secure it down, and that should be it. All right, nothing under there. All right, there's nothing under there, so we're going to go ahead and drill through and secure it down. Screws are sealed up. Now the time to drill them in. Go for it. All right, it's time to finish it off. We got it all secured down.
If you guys are enjoying the video, please be sure to hit the like button and subscribe so you can be a part of our journey.
There it is, Tin Man.
All right, this side is now secure, as is this side, and they both look absolutely beautiful and are strong as can be. We are both very happy, very pleased with the results of that. Happy that we were able to even make it happen, that they had the parts. Last thing we have to do is make some lifelines from here to here.
Our lifelines need to be 36 inches at the turn. So today we're going to finish up the swim step area and make up some cables to go across like a gate. We've got some connectors as well as crimp connectors.
If you remember, we had a shade cloth up and around the entire boat to make sure it was cool. But recently, since the storm's coming in, Hurricane Aaron, we decided to take it off just so it doesn't rip and fly onto other boats. And you can really see how open it is on the boat. You can really get an appreciation for how beautiful this thing is and how much space we actually do have on this deck.
Okay, so we're checking basically all the standing rigging, checking all the anchor points, all the clevis pins, make sure there's no stress cracks or anything that would indicate, you know, a potential failure point. We're also going to go check all the stanchions and all the safety equipment as well. Make sure everything on the deck is solid and doesn't need to be maintenanced or anything like that.
All the cotter pins are wrapped with tape to protect any kind of road from being chafed with it or getting caught on anything. So we're going to inspect all the pins and replace any ones that have any signs of wear or anything like that, and then rewrap everything. I'm going to go back and retape all the cotter pins and double check them, rewrap them, and seal them up. All right. we did the water fill hole and found out that there was a leak. We rebedded that one. So we're going around and checking every single one, checking that there's safety chain on the caps and the ones that are missing. We're gonna go ahead and pull them all off. They look like they've been leaking. So we're gonna pull them all off and rebed everything. Put new chain for the caps on.
Since we don't have enough freezer space for 3 people, we're removing these chairs and fabricating a fold-up bed with a Dometic freezer underneath. That way we have more room for food once we're living on the boat full-time. Obviously, we don't have a freezer yet, so right now we're just gonna leave it empty so we have more room to work on other projects.
Alright, so we have another issue that we've come across. We're trying to exercise all the seacocks and one of them just wouldn't budge and we need to replace it. That will not close all the way. So in order to get to that, you can see there's a huge air conditioning duct in the way. So we're gonna have to remove the duct just to get to it, and it's still gonna be a pain in the butt.
All right, next project, we're gonna cut flange off the seacock so that we can quarter it, pop it off, and replace the seacock.
All right, guys, good morning. It's day number 2. We are gonna go ahead and work on this through hole. We bought all the new parts and everything, and we're gonna prep it and seal it up. All right, as you guys can see, I'm gonna go ahead and prep this surface area. There's old sealant on it, so I'm gonna go ahead and clean it up and get it prepared to go ahead and reseal. Should be pretty straightforward. Taking the hose clamps off, and we're gonna go ahead and pop the seacock to it. All right.
Oh yeah, nice. So that was the part that came through the boat?
Yep.
All right.
It takes a massive amount of time and energy to film and edit these videos, so if you guys are enjoying the channel, please subscribe, and thank you to everyone for your support so far.
All right, next step is to take our through hole fitting and cut it to the appropriate length so it fits through the hole and engages the valve.
Alright, next step, we're going to take this socket right here and fabricate a tool. It'll slide the side of our through hole and be able to tighten that.
Okay, so we needed a special tool that cost over $100 that slides inside of the through hole that will tighten up on these nubs here. But what we did is went to Home Depot, bought a 1 1/8 socket that fit nicely in there. I had to fabricate a little bit, remove a little bit of the shine, and cut a couple slides, but that thing slides in there nicely, and then we can use a socket to tighten it or loosen it if we want to take it back out.
As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Make sure to watch some of our other videos, or you can watch us from the beginning.